Hello and welcome back to Legacy. We're starting round 3 and the matches once again are already in progress.
Yes.
At the moment we've got Stephen Mead versus Andrea DeGucciavani. I don't know. It's an Italian name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's long. It's long.
And Stephen Mead is playing Jund and Andrea is playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils. So
Yes.
this is traditionally quite a favoured matchup for Andrea, but depending on how much discard Stephen can get in, if he can go heavy with Thought Seizers and the Hymtaturax that we can already see in hand, then we may get some interaction in there. And then post-board, we've also got quite a few fancy options, such as Red Blast, Pyroblast, and sometimes even a Mind Break Trap that can hide in there. So
the typical triangle, I guess, being that Jund being the traditional mid-range deck is not good versus the combo deck.
That's right. And Andrea starts off Git Probe for life, having a look at exactly what Stephen does have in his hand, and then following it up with a Ponder, and decides to lean on a basic island.
So are both players 2-0 at this point?
So this is the 2-0 bracket. The other 2-0 players that we've got are Stephen Stamopoulos, who we saw in first round, and Justin Ventura from the last round.
Yes.
So definitely picking the right people for our coverage team.
Yes.
Once again, we've got the fancy sleeves from Andrea. They're Evangelion sleeves, I believe.
Okay. What does that mean?
So this is an anime series from the early 90s.
Oh, right.
This is just,
okay, good.
It's a little bit famous, and he's got a symbol from them.
Not an anime type.
Not a fan?
I don't dislike anime. I just never really got into anime.
No, that's perfectly fine. And here we see that Hymtaturax we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
So Andrea's decided to go for the Brainstorm, hiding some of the cards he has.
Yes.
And probably means that he's not going to fetch this turn and use it to try and get the value, and just try and hide those cards away. The him very strong. Goes without saying, obviously. So just numbering the cards 1 to 6. That'll be a 4. Number 4, taking that one.
1 through
and
5.
And re-rolling 6.
Reroll 6, and we hit the 4.
Okay, so we're taking those two. Flip over Brainstorm and Address. Now, I think I did see off his Brainstorm and Ad Nauseam, one of the cards that the deck, in fact, is named after. So we'll see exactly what happens here. We've got a Git Probe, a Cabal Therapy, missed what that last card was.
So is Andrea playing any kind of anything special or unique about like in his variation on the Ad Nauseam Tendrils deck, or is he?
I don't believe so. The main decks are fairly consistent in terms of what they run. You've probably got about 58 consistent cards, and then see outside of the preordain how many preordains you run, and if you want to run anything spicy. Stephen has a foreign copy of Huntmaster of the Fells, and it's altered as well, so it's a little bit hard for Andrea to read.
It's a lot of words. Forgive my ignorance here, but I didn't think that was is that a card that's commonly played in Legacy Jund?
I have not previously seen it, but it does do a lot of work when it gets down. I played against it the other day on Numericals, and if you don't deal with that turn 1, it gets very, very scary.
Yeah, the damage is relevant.
And the 2/2s are relevant. So just makes a Determinist target just on its own.
Yep.
Here we see the Storm counter. So
he's not going off now, is he? Surely.
Sounds like, well, he's trying to represent it. I do enjoy very much pretending like I'm going to go off this Storm, and just putting the counter down, start counting off even if I'm not going to do anything, and it just makes your opponents nervous.
Yeah, just a little bit. I won't go off this time, even though I had no intention of doing it anyway.
Yeah.
I could have. That's the important part.
Exactly.
So
we're fetching.
So we're going to fetch.
Gets an Underground Sea.
Stephen preemptively getting up the 3.
3 black mana.
3 black mana.
Second Storm played. Maybe announce the Dark Ritual. There we go. We've got the Dark Ritual. We've got an LED
LEDs. Maybe he is.
So yep, we're going for the ad nauseum here, and we're going to see the LED cracked in response to him casting ad nauseum, I guess.
Yes. Yep. There it is. So ad nauseum in response to crack LED.
From 14, and that's
remove my last card in hand, which was a Cabal Ritual.
Cabal Therapy.
Cabal Therapy. Sorry, not Ritual. Yeah, you would have cast that already.
And Alex, what's he doing with the LED? So he decides to crack it. We'll see what color he did, though.
You see the cards first, or
So he's cracked it for black. So he's done that in response to casting the ad nauseum.
Yeah, right.
And that means that he's got the mana once this has finished. So he's going to be able to cast 3 black mana worth of spells.
Yep.
And that should get him fairly close to the to where he needs to be. So that's a Past in Flames we can see there.
Which I think he goes.
That's one of the newer arts, I think, from Eternal Masters. Losing quite a bit of life. Now, I don't know if he's playing Dark Petition. If he's playing Dark Petition, then he doesn't want to go.
I think
he may want to stop soon.
We've seen this. We've seen the one of Dark Petition, this exact situation. Do you go again? I
think that's enough that you can just go off.
I think you don't need to, right?
We have a single ritual in Graveyard. So you can flash back.
You've got enough.
So that's perfectly fine. So you
got enough
can
in the bin.
Get Probe puts you to 5, LED to 6. Then you crack LED, flashback Past in Flames for 5 with black mana floating. I think you're 1 mana short of being able to get a Tendrils.
You got the Lotus Petal in the bin as well.
You can't flashback Lotus Petal with Past in Flames.
Of course.
Only instance or sorcery.
Of course, I'm thinking of Yawgmoth. Sorry.
You are. So he needs a single mana in order to be able to go off. So any ritual, any Lotus Petal will be fine, I believe. Let me just do my maths. Yeah, so 5 to flashback, 1... Yeah, so he needs 1 more mana to be able to do anything.
Yep.
And then he has the Infernal Tutor as well.
So he's deciding whether or not he wants...
Yeah.
Yeah, so currently on 4 Storm, he looks like he's not flipping anymore. That's it.
Okay, so I elected to stop there. The other play that I just saw is you can Infernal Tutor, reveal the LED, go and find a second LED, and then when you flash back the Past in Flames... Oh, that makes it a lot easier. I didn't realize he hadn't played land this turn, so this makes a lot of my lines a lot easier than I thought they were.
Yeah, right, okay.
So he elects to Git Probe.
Yep.
Have another look at that hand. Hasn't really changed very much. Goes down to 3 life, draws a card.
Sees him another card. That is the other option. That's the other risk, obviously, there is not necessarily dying on the spot to the ad nauseum, but going below 2.
That's right. So he has played out the LED, and I think that the best line that he had there was actually to Infernal Tutor and get a second LED.
Yep. And then play
but
both.
He elects to just use up all his mana and just hard cast it. So everything below that card in the graveyard has it, and then whole priority crack for...
Yep. So
no?
Pitches the hand.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so crack the mana, and so everything has flashback.
Yep.
So we've got 6 black mana now, and that goes +2 up to 8 mana, and 7 storm.
7 storm.
So at the moment we can Infernal Tutor for Infernal Tutor for Tendrils win.
Yep.
And apparently play Git Probe again.
You might destroy. Style points.
So now you can't Infernal Tutor chain.
Yeah, that was correct.
That's an interesting play.
Does he have another line?
Well, he has no blue mana, so he can't get rid of that out of his hand. He can Cabal Therapy... Okay, so Cabal Therapy, targeting his hand, get rid of the Ponder. Then you've used enough mana, you've used enough spells so that you can once again Infernal Tutor for Tendrils.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he...
Oh, actually, no, he might be mana short.
Yeah, he's...
Actually...
So he's gonna...
No, he's fine. So he just hasn't adjusted the black mana on the board.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
so...
He's going to Infernal Tutor.
But if he Infernal Tutors at the moment, he's got the Ponder in hand, so he reveals the Ponder if he does that. So he needs to Cabal Therapy first. And...
He just...
Is he scooping?
No,
and he elects not to...
Win.
All
right, so he... Okay. He made a couple mistakes there.
So
and
it looks like he missed a couple of lines there. Casting the Gitaxian Probe.
Yeah, made it impossible for the Grim to the tutor into tutor.
While he had the 6 mana on LED. Yeah, so he had 6 mana off the 2 LEDs. Cast Dark Ritual went up to 8 mana. Yeah.
So we're just conferring with our producer at the table there just to work out exactly what happened. Basically I think Andrea had a win there. I think he might have.
Yeah, I think there was a winning line.
I think he just missed the line. Yeah, I think he might have just missequenced there. I think he definitely had a couple lines that you pointed out that might have been a win.
Yeah. I think I was miscounting my mana as well because
but I think
I was counting with an extra LED.
Yeah, exactly. You were counting extra LED. But that said, I think you pointed out a line before he. Earlier in the piece, it was probably
it is
more
quite
safe.
A complicated deck, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Andrea has picked this up only in the last couple of weeks, from what I understand. So still just getting used to playing it.
Yeah, definitely. What I found interesting, did he need to go off so early? Could he not have waited a turn or two?
Like the fact that Steven's deck is going to be interacting quite heavily with his life and also with the card disruption means that he wants to try and just as soon as possible go off to try and prevent that kind of interaction.
Yep.
Though obviously he does have some inevitability options as well.
Sure.
So from Steven, I would expect him to be taking out some of the higher end cards, so anything which costs really above 3, you don't want to be seeing in your deck because it's not going to be happening. From there, as I said earlier, bring in any discard you've got on the board, bring in Red Blast to deal with some of the early cantrips and bring...
So this is our game 2 right now. This is Steven.
Yeah, and bringing my back traps if you got them. So we're watching Punishing Magic versus Team Australia.
Yep.
Looks like we're in the second game. Not sure who's up, but we see an early Thoughtseize. We've got Bird, Stoneforge Mystic, and Life from the Loam. And we take the Stoneforge, so just taking away the... Jitte option, which would destroy a lot of Steven's options.
This traditionally not a great matchup for what Steven's playing.
Essentially, if Justin can get the Punishing Fire lock in play, then it deals with almost all of Steven's creatures.
Almost everything Steven plays.
The Knight of the Reliquary is bigger than what Steven's doing, and it really does a number on his mana base. Steven wants to get something which Justin can't interact with, which is either the Tombstalker and hope it doesn't get hit by a sword, or he wants to see a True Name Nemesis, which he can't interact with at all.
Yep. So right now it's a battle of nothing. They're playing without land. They both have death rights. So Justin in a slightly better board position, I think, given the fact that he has the birds and an extra land. They're pretty much the same except for the birds.
Yeah, so we can see a Grafdigger's Cage in Steven's hand. That's to deal with the Green Sun Zenith lines that Justin has.
Justin playing open there. Has the Life from the Loam and a Tiger in hand.
Yep.
So this is game 2. Justin did take game 1. Just getting that updated there. Let's see here.
Yeah, and at the moment we're just playing that game with Deathrite Shaman, whereby whatever Steven does with his, Justin can do in response, and then just like use the Birds of Paradise as his main mana source, and we're going to switch back to our feature match as one would say.
Just catching the end of
Gitaxian Probe on Stephen on turn 1.
Catching the end
and then following it up with Age of Wrath.
Naming the Thoughtseize.
Yep. Interesting that Stephen's left the Abrupt Decay in. Doesn't really hit too many cards in Andrea's deck, but you can occasionally...
Lion's Eye?
Yeah, but it's not really the card that you're going to be seeing unless they're going off.
Yeah, true. If you're Andrea, you're not playing out a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yeah. There's a few interesting lines when you're playing a card against a deck like Death and Taxes. You can play out your artifact mana early so that you have an option of playing around their Seers.
Yep.
But Jund isn't playing those taxing creatures, so it's not the line that you're looking for there.
There's a Thoughtseize.
Yep, so we see that on the back. So we've got Ritual LED. The cards are very much the same, but the LED does give access to the Infernal Tutor line, so I think that's what I would take here.
I think you just take... Given the fact also it's two rituals.
The two rituals are the same card at the moment.
Yeah, hitting one doesn't seem that great. I think you just take the Lion's Eye, right?
Yeah, but that's a little bit of a sketchy keep on Andrea's half now that we can see what he's got. The only filtering he has is Gitaxian Probe, so at the moment he's at the mercy of the top of his deck.
He's very much drawing. He needs to hit draws.
Yeah, so I think Stephen would be quite happy to be seeing that.
Yeah, definitely. It's literally Andrea is literally on top deck right now.
Yeah, the other card that we see in Stephen's hand is Deathrite Shaman, and that card is fantastic against Storm. It slows down the Cabal Ritual so that they don't have Threshold as easy, and sometimes you can just take a card like Past and Flames or Tendrils of Agony out of their
Flames is hard. Is hard to play when there's a Deathrite on the table.
That's right.
So it looks like he did top deck a Lotus Petal. Not sure what the other card in his hand was.
It's another land.
Land.
Did he just draw that one? Yeah, he did. So I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah. So he's got one more card that we don't know about. Two rituals. He's in a rough spot. As I said, I think... What do you need to hit here? You need to hit a Ponder?
You want to hit a... You don't want to play the extra land, I think, and just hit a Brainstorm and shuffle some things away.
Yeah, you want to Brainstorm, I guess. Mate, look, it's rough.
As I said, I don't think I would have kept this hand personally. It's a little bit light on what it's doing, and just
you're just sort of at the mercy. You're giving your opponent's playing Jund, which is it's a slowish mid range deck. The only early interaction is going to be hand disruption, and you're keeping a rough hand. And
there we see it's another land.
Yeah, I think Andrea might be an issue.
So we
here.
take the Cabal Ritual.
Yeah, and leaving Andrea with one land, one Cabal Ritual.
Yep. He is taking a few cards out of his hand, and there's a second Deathrite.
Yep.
Attacks him with Deathrite.
Gets him with Deathrite. This is looking unlikely.
Doing some work.
This is looking difficult. Very difficult for Andrea here.
Yeah, the thing is, it's one of those decks that you never want to say never about as well, though. Like, he might just hit something like Past in Flames off the top and start doing things. Instead, we see a Duress.
Going to hit the Duress.
Hit the Abrupt Decay, but I've got a Bob left.
Bob in hand, which I imagine... I don't think you play if you're Stephen.
You don't. You just hold up those two Deathrites.
Yeah, you just hold up the Deathrites.
4 damage a turn to your opponent.
So it looks like he's sitting on a... Was that a Colligan's Command?
Let's have a quick look. I know he does have it in his deck. Yep, that's a Colligan's Command. So he can do the discard and something else.
Yeah, so another great card in this matchup. Stephen just needs to start removing stuff from Andrea's... Andrea's graveyard.
Yep.
He can just start removing the cards that matter.
Yep, does an end of turn Colligan's Command. Modes are discard and shock.
Yep. Seems fine.
I think you just lose the island here.
Yeah, you're just pitching the land.
Yep, there we go. That's doing the same as... Okay, so Stephen gets another land and
it's the land.
Holds everything back.
Yeah, hold on to the Bob. There's no point playing the Bob as well because it's just lowering your life total unnecessarily.
Not 100% certain why that's being played out. Maybe just playing around the discard.
Getting it out of the hand. Maybe.
and he's just slowly picking off the cards in his graveyard.
You still got to play to your outs, right? You still got to play to your wins, and playing that out on board is just not going to win you. You need the storm when you need the storm. And
that's right.
Playing it early is definitely questionable.
The good thing about having the Death Rites is it just cuts off some of the lines that he would otherwise have from past.
Oh, definitely. It's just another point of attack for the Jund deck against the Storm player. It makes everything harder. Like what would normally be a fairly safe fallback is gone.
We see Echoing Truth on the Deathrite Shamans, both of them coming up, and Gitaxian Probe dealing 2 damage to Andrea on the way up. And both of those are going to be coming back down next
they're just coming back down. The Echoing Truth not really doing much there. I mean, it's...
Oh, sorry. I may have been wrong. That was end of Stephen's turn that occurred.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Echoing Truth end of Stephen's.
So we know the one card in hand, which is Dark Ritual, and...
I mean, even if you hit a Past in Flames there, it's still not...
Yeah.
So it might be...
Our producer is saying that might be another ritual, but we'll just have a look. He's thinking about the card, but if it is a ritual, we don't want to be playing it at this point.
No, the only thing you'd even consider here would be a Past in Flames, right? But even then, like, you're not going off of it. You don't have any card draw.
Yeah, you can see the top card of Stephen's hand is a Leyline of the Void, so he's brought these in off the board as well, just to once again just deal with the Past in Flames line, and it means that Andrea's stuck on the Ad Nauseam Tendrils line.
Yep, which is becoming very unlikely. It's going to be hard at this point for Andrea to hit Storm or the or just even survive.
Yeah. So he's doing some counting there. So it sounds like he's got, looks like I should say he's got a card which is going to be relevant. Yeah. And here we are. So we've got Ritual, 3 black mana. Storm is 1. Fetches.
Fetches goes to 5. And his life total's so low that even Ad Nauseam here isn't
Ad Nauseam isn't nice, but it will draw you some cards. So I think it might even be an Ad Nauseam if he's doing that. So
I mean, you're losing regardless. You're losing if you don't. But I mean, you could just you flip 2 cards, you could be dead.
That's true. But let's see how we go. So once again, Storm 1, 3 black mana.
3 in the pool. Tap 2.
And Dark Petition. Okay. In response to this, we're gonna crack for some extra mana.
Okay, so get a bunch of mana. Get 4 mana.
Yeah, so 4 extra mana and then 3 from the Dark Petition. So you've got 7 mana in total.
7 total. What are you getting? Storm is
3 extra black mana. Storm is 2.
Storm is only 2 because the cards were played.
Yeah, and you're not going to be so we don't have access to a red source. You're not going to be able to Tutor Chain. Apparently, we are going to be able to Tutor Chain. So we're going the mini tendrils, I think.
Yeah, I think that's his only. But then this is demonstrating why he shouldn't have played the Lotus Petal and the Lion's Eye Diamond before going off. I mean, his Storm count would be at least 2 higher right now.
That's right, and there was only the 3 discard spells. So
yeah,
we're just seeing what happens here.
So he did crack one for red.
So he's cracked the Lotus Petal for red. So we're going to see Tutor, Past in Flames, Ritual again, Tutor.
All right, so does he have the mana to go that far?
Yeah, so there's going to be 4 mana for the Past in Flames, 2 mana left over.
Yep.
We Dark Ritual up to 4 again after the Past in Flames.
Yep.
Okay, doing it this way. So
Tutor. There's the double Tutor.
3 in a black. 3 in a red, sorry, I should say. And I don't think he's paid land this play. Goes for the Empty the Warrants. So that's 5 Storm makes this 10 goblins.
10 goblins, and he's dead next turn.
No.
Well, no, he's not. Sorry, he's got 2. No, so he has 2 turns. If so Stephen's first play is to play. He has in hand 2 Deathrite Shamans. Play 2 Deathrite Shamans. Activate. Next turn. No, he's got time. He has at least 3 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has at least 3 turns here. The Bob is going to flip. The Bob could also just shorten the clock significantly for Andrea to just win. Like it could just flip something big.
This is true, but we'll just see what
gets better. Death Rights are going to be...
2 Death Rights. We don't swing him with the Bob, I don't think.
No.
So he's just got the 10 goblins on his side, and he'll swing in with, I would say 9 of them, leave 1 back for the Dark Confident.
Yep, for the Bob attack.
That's right.
No, he's going to swing with the team.
Swings with everything. So 2 of those get blocked. Takes 8 damage, puts him to 6.
And dies in the backswing.
Yeah, so... and he didn't calculate the damage from the Bob, so...
All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Goes to 1-1.
Yeah, it goes to 1-1. No, sorry, 2-0 rather. That was Stephen...
Oh, yes, Stephen took both games because we did have that miscalculation.
Miscalc on the first storm, and then... and Justin did win on table 2. Took out the...
There we go. So Punishing Fire, doing what it does against Delver, and just taking out all the creatures.
Yeah, so look, Andrea showing that deck is hard to play.
Absolutely.
That deck is a skill tester. There is a lot of lines and a lot of options, and we can sit here knowing perfect information and spout lines, but it doesn't make them right. And it doesn't mean that we're not playing them ourselves. So, difficult deck to play.
Yeah, definitely.
Simple as that. Congratulations to
both the winners, to Justin and to Stephen. And we'll see both of them in the finals next round.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you.